Beast and Jackal had just over 50 of the like over 50%, excuse me, of the amount of Bears locals that they have won, possibly even more. I'd have to look back for said chart, but we got to see what's going to happen in this edition of Beast versus Haven. Starting off with the Wario here and getting immediately pivot grabbed into a dropped combo. Wouldn't start it any other way.
Yeah, there's no other way. It's meant to be. These characters both very capable of blowing each other up. Wario maybe in a slightly different way, but whatever the case, Beast opting to go quickly to the Ivy Sword here. Let's see if he can make something happen with those spaced moves that can make it hard for Wario to get things started.
I can understand it from a Beast perspective. Like, you're instantly trying to threaten stocks with air-to-airs and anti-airs with stuff like up air, as well as any of these down airs that Beast could manage to connect. The pokes have been super nice from Beast as well from the previous set that we saw, and there is that anti-air with the Vine that I was just talking about, and then instantly with the air-to-air one from the up air, perfectly spaced on the part of Beast, able to finally start off a set with a lead.
I've seen a pattern tonight where a lot of these stocks are ending because people are trying to recover high or mix up approaches high and getting caught by these up airs. I don't know what's in the communal water, what these people were all discussing in their metagame over Christmas break, but it's been interesting to see. It's just like the micro adaptations of the meta where what is popular on a given week.
Yeah, it can transform so quickly. You missed a jab lock? That's crazy. Any given time, if you're focused so much on offense or defense, then suddenly you can let other aspects of the game linger a little bit. So if everyone's trying to play hyper offensive today and really press a lot of buttons, go all in with some of these combo routes, maybe they're going to try to skip a few steps in defense, and skipping a few steps typically means bypassing the ledge.
Yeah, I mean, with how good ledge trapping has gotten in year 6 now of Smash Ultimate, I can understand why players want to do everything in their power to avoid those set play interactions.
Yo, that jump back was crazy from Beast off stage, able to avoid the the drop zone down air from Haven so perfectly timed, and then the jump air dodge down to feign the jump get up. Haven hard reads it, but gets mixed into an instant anti-air from Beast. Honestly, perfectly played with the Charizard. The airspeed isn't great, but Beast is making the most out of what is typically some lackluster aerial maneuverability.
Yeah, one thing you do have with Charizard, while that airspeed may not be too great, those aerial hitboxes are big and they are strong. So with such a stubby character like Wario, there is some amount of respect that has to be paid to those that sort of gives you a pseudo spacing game that you can play in the air. Even if you can't necessarily force your will, Haven has to still respect it.
Another chomp coming down. Haven clearly trying to sit. Whoa, that was clean. Dodging, getting out of the bike so that Charizard was in the hit lag after connecting with a Flare Blitz, and you just lost.
Yeah, that was great awareness to use the bike in that situation in the way that they did. Honestly, I don't think I've seen that against a Charizard Flare Blitz before. Really innovative play there.
Yeah, that's some grade A ingenuity coming out from Haven, and then able to instantly follow it up with the normal Wario thing. Like, you're trying to absolutely take the second stock under your own power so that you can just steal the final stock right out from under Beast's nose. And I mean, it drew it up just like Haven wanted it to.
Yeah, there's a reason they say Wario plays a 2-stock game. Back when this character was meta relevant, I remember the days of Twitch chat. They'd get down to the last stock, and everybody in chat would just be starting to write GGs. Like, he's going to get his up tilt, he's going to get his nair, it's over.
Well, it goes into what we were kind of talking about a little earlier with Bayonetta. Like, X Factor is such a key part of the game right now, where you need a reason, you need a purpose to be playing a character with within this metagame, and Wario will perpetually have that reason. Waft is just such a good build around it. It's such a good payoff whenever you get the chance to land.
Great switch from Beast as well there, staying away from Haven's pressure, but somehow Haven keeps finding ways to zone break. Well, it's not a true zoner versus rushdown matchup. There is a spacing game that the PT player is always going to be playing in this matchup, and Haven's just doing such a good job of breaking that, getting the offense started, and then continuously pulling out things like that to close out the stocks time and time again. These ledge traps and these edge guards have been so clean from Haven.
Yeah, if there's anything that Beast needs right now, it's stuff that we saw just a little bit earlier. I mean, he landed a flare blitz off of a tech chase. You gotta play into that a little bit more. Force these tech scenarios out from Haven. Make him guess for his life.
That falling up air was crazy.
Oh, it's so spooky whenever you're landed by a Wario falling up air. I mean, 60% is a light day from that part. The forward tilt forcing off stage. Great DI from Haven. Able to survive and get out of the bike just in the nick of time. So well timed from Haven. Though he is still behind the 8-ball ever so slightly, the percentages finally evening up here. Still looking for that stock with a back air, but able to find the down tilt into dash attack to reset the same type of situation. Haven just on Beast's case time and time again. No switches, no dash backs for free. We're pressing buttons out here, Lentini, and you're going to make Beast deal with it.
Now you're in a real bad spot. Manages to avoid the pressure there and close out the stock, but it's last stock against Wario. And what did we see in the last game? Ooh, the up air manages to break out. One more shot to stay alive here.
Yeah, that was a life or death up air. You get hit by any sort of reset that Haven was setting up for, then your life was forfeit. Instead, Beast is the one purely scrapping, taking advantage of those stubby hitboxes that you mentioned a little earlier, Lentini. Having to deal with Ivysaur's added range is not something that really Haven wants to deal with, particularly with that DI.
Oh,
Where were you going?
Oh no, not like that. What a tragic way to go out. The bad DI on a Vine Whip. But you know what? I mean, there's something to be said for the fact that Beast has not been overusing that move, so I think Haven just wasn't ready for it.
Very possible here, Lentini, because, I mean, we saw some real tough stuff on that final Vine Whip. The confirm was true. It just should not have closed out the stock. Alas, game 3 we go, and it is best of 5. We are in the top 3 here in winners finals, so the rubber game would matter theoretically if these two players would ever go off of PS2, but that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, welcome to Tri-State, everybody. This is why...
Yeah.
You remember that Gimvitational event where he had like this crazy rule set and everybody just played on PS2 anyway?
There was some small Battlefield.
Smash players love consistency, for better or worse. Speaking of consistent, those up airs just always hit from Haven. I don't know how he's so good at finding them.
Barely whiffing on that Vine Whip as well. Haven not too far behind here, especially with some of these down tilts, shifting more to a slightly closer on the grounded game, but gets grabbed for it. I like that eject there from Haven, trying to take advantage of Ivysaur's slow speed and then calling out another switch with the dash attack. Perfectly timed there from Haven, able to establish a lead here in this game number 3. The third down smash, though, that's the one that's going to take it.
It even looked like a little bit of a frame trap on that switch as well. If there hadn't been one, I'm pretty sure Beast would have been hit by the preceding move. But either way, yeah, good stuff to Haven for finding, for the second time now, a kill because of one of those switches to Charizard. Working out really well for him. Beast is going to have to figure out a way to be a little bit more unpredictable with those defensive options.
100% agree here, Lentini. I do like how Beast has been playing this Ivysaur, though. Oh, no jump here. Not able to find the intercept, but you do find the neutral getup with that back air, tossing the bike, and yeah, you're not getting away with some of the normal stuff. You've got to get off ledge, and the switch to Charizard,
oh my goodness,
is gonna get stuffed yet again. Not the switch immediately punished, but the landing perfectly timed from Haven, trying to take this game number 3 in fashion. Okay. I thought he was gonna go for a full
Yeah, I was
combo,
ready for
but
it.
instead just for the chop.
I was so ready for the waft confirmed to come out. Barely staying alive. Beast needs to get this kill and does manage to do so. Last stock, game 3. Like you mentioned, we've got 5 games to work with, but that momentum and potential counter pick advantage, who knows, maybe something crazy will come out. It could end up meaning a lot in this set. I know both of these players are hungry for it right now.
Shoutouts to Bullet Seed. He saw that move and it connected on a Haven who is just jumping around, fishing for falling up there, and no way are you gonna get away with a recovery route like that. I like that mental adaptation there from Beast, not only with utilizing the bike to force a individual route back to ledge from Haven, but also awareness of his own shortcomings. Beast consistently isn't too good at timing 2 frames, despite Ivysaur down air's incredible hitbox. So why go for the 2 frame when you can just guarantee the edge guard? Perfectly timed, well played there from Beast to take one right out from under Haven's nose.
Yeah, that was a fantastic end game plan there from Beast coming out, able to get that checkmate like you were saying, because if Haven air dodges, you just fall into the blast zone and you die. I don't think there was any way out there for Haven. You just have to hold that and hope that Beast misses. That's about it.
And learning how to hold that is an important tool of fighting game mentality, because sometimes you're put in a position where it just says, man, I guess I lose. But just because you lose a game or you lose a stock does not mean you lose a set, as we are certainly in best of 5 territory going into game number 4, and Haven is very much capable of winning this set.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen these two go super back and forth in the past. We haven't talked about it yet, but these two are currently 6 and 7. The 6 being our current leader, Beast, in all-time set count. And not only that, they are 15 games for Beast to 16 games for Haven. So right now, in this exact moment, they are perfectly lifetime even in games. And this next game that we are playing right now will be the decider for whether Haven stays ahead in that set count, or if Beast is able to finally, after all this time, for the first time, take the advantage over Haven.
I mean, Lentini, that's just kind of awesome. Like seeing 2 players steadily grow from like local heroes to regional threats to like players that can do damage at majors. It's really, really cool to see them grow and just be complete rivals with each other throughout the 6-year process that has been this game's metagame.
Yeah, this could be the genesis of the Beast documentary right here. The first big struggle overcoming the bracket demon of Haven. That Wario, those waft confirms that we saw in the first game. Where are they now for you, Haven? Beast just took the first stock.
He's looking no worse for wear. Finally able to establish this Charizard for a good period of time. Most of the most of the stocks in games 1, 2, and 3 had all been with the Squirtle and the Ivysaur, and the Charizard would get instantly read and deleted with something like a dash attack. We established a lot of time on that Charizard, survived until extreme percents, and even did 50% back. That is such a weight off of Beast's mind to know that he can flexibly and reliably use all 3 Pokemon at the drop of a hat, but you do gotta be careful when you're sticking on Squirtle against the walking arsenal that is Wario.
Finally, one of those switches working out in Beast's favor, able to get the Ivysaur online, and the up air with, I think that might have been the DI that killed Haven. I was surprised that that killed. Either way, we take those. Beast with the Nair trains into the oppression off stage. Uppy going to save him though.
That could have been stock though if he didn't do neutral getup, but instead did like ledge drop double jump into something like a nair or down air. That could have cemented it. Beast going for another read to try and close out the stock, but instead going deep, surviving and reading all of these options, reading the tech roll in. I love that.
Beast is going into Beast mode and dies for it, trying to close it out there. Maybe flying a little bit too close to the sun. but got another chance here. But the same can be said for Haven. Had to use that waft, though. Definitely a bad situation to be in.
Yeah, that was beautifully played from Haven to get out of a really rough situation, and Beast kind of flubbing that. Cannot see him dropping this game, though. Wario without his waft means he has to nickel and dime you for quite a bit of percent if he's going to look for that starter. A falling up air would be great, but you got to believe that Beast is looking out for exactly that button. The down throw is not going to do it. Trying to scout these jumps. This Ivysaur putting in so much work, yet nothing's closing out. Finally, the forward air does.
What a way to end it. Once again, Haven's DI was just not quite good enough. And on top of that,